There are those who watch this, and there are those who watch this, and there are those who marvel at what is happening. So I don't know which people to tell, but I believe very strongly that because you are here this afternoon, you are among those who make things happen. True or true? True or true? You are not a newsmaker, I don't belong to the club of news reader. I belong to the club of news makers. That is actually out of applause. All right, so where's the timer for the day? I need to be very, very guided, please, because I can go on and on and on. I'm trying to be very swift. All right, so I will invite the general evaluator, but it was a gentleman by the name Gary Selfie. He is American actor and comedian. Said so many years ago that next to the fear of death is the fear of public speaking. That people would rather prefer to be the one in the casket when the boss, they put it up, than be the one to speak. That's how it is in public. Put very tough. Statistics are revealed that 75% of the world is number one fear they have in public. That's out of every public, 3 people are afraid to speak in public. The fear of speaking in public is called glossophobia. The fear of public speaking is called glossophobia. Glossophobia. And the antidote is what? The panacea is doing it, especially through Toastmasters Club. One more time, a round of applause for yourself. Please, I need you to clap. Let's make this place very lively. Fantastic. Toastmasters Club. I like what our area director has brought. Toastmasters Club is a clappers. It's a clappers. You can't, that's what we are known for. We are always clapping. You fall, somebody claps for you. You sit, somebody claps. You are standing, somebody claps for you. Everything you do, we clap. So please don't be tired of. All right. So on that note, I'd like to quickly bring my general evaluator, the gentleman that I have tremendous respect and admiration for. We worked together during the Nigerian Toastmasters Conference too, and this gentleman took the whole place by storm. And for those of us who were at the Dame Conference, the Dame Award night about 2 weeks ago, he took one of the best awards that night. This man is a serial award winner. Since I've known him, he has always won. I don't know the number of awards he has in his bedroom. Please, ladies and gentlemen, I'm thinking of our ITC, and that's Toastmaster Ebube Modi. If our hands are not moving, let's put it together. Thank you. Toastmaster Ebube Modi is an experienced advertising and business strategist. He serves on the board of some technology-driven companies. He is passionate about technology-driven solutions and community service. He joined Toastmasters to improve his public speaking and leadership abilities. So we will welcome our general evaluator to please take us through. You need to propel this meeting. Propel it, take it to the next level in terms of evaluation. Please, let's give it up for you.
Thank you. Please, can we celebrate the Toastmaster of the day once more? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, I'm going to be serving as your general evaluator. And as a general evaluator, what I'm going to be doing is to evaluate everything that happens and everything that did not happen in today's meeting. And it's something that we have to spread our wings so we can also leverage on the experiences of myself and the experiences of the entire team to be able to deliver value and also to be able to deliver excellence. In the word of Bill Gates, he said, and I quote, that we need people to evaluate us. And that is the way we get to improve. So feedback generally in Toastmasters is an avenue for us to have people tell us what we did right and some of the things that we could improve upon. And that is the segment that myself and my team are going to be working on. And for today's meeting, I'm going to lead an exceptional team. We call them the tag team. These are people who have dedicated themselves in service, people who are professionals, people who are diligent, people who have been able to add value in one way or the other and also transfer knowledge to a lot of people. I'm going to be working with them today. And the sole essence is so that we can share with you how well you have done and as well as some areas of improvement. And some of my tag teams are people who I'm going to be introducing, and they're going to be coming up stage to explain their roles and then tell us what we have to look out for and how we can drive today's meeting better. And I'm going to begin by getting to call up the grammarian for today's meeting to get to explain the role of the grammarian. And our grammarian for today's meeting is a bright and ambitious student presently pursuing a master's, a degree in information technology at the National Open University of Nigeria. As she navigates her academic path, she seeks to hone her communication skills, fostering confidence and self-expression beyond the realm of answers and guests with a virtual round of applause and a physical round of applause. Please join me as we welcome the grammarian for today's meeting, Toastmaster Blessing Japheth. Let's give us a big clap. Please keep clapping on to the song. Thank you.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As the grammarian for today's meeting, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listening attentively to their language usage. I would also take notes of any improper use of language and any astounding use of words, quotes, and thoughts as well. As grammarian, it is my duty to introduce the word of the day. And the word of the day is propel. Propel, meaning to drive or push something forward, to cause something to move or progress with force or energy. And the synonyms are drive, launch, thrust, power, push, move. An example of, the word forms of propel. Propel is a verb. Propelled is past. Propelling is continuous. And then propulsion is noun. Examples of using this word are: a clear vision can propel you beyond your limitations. Her passion for impact propelled her into leadership roles earlier in her career. So each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. And during this meeting, I'll give the grammarian reports and also the usage of the word of the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Grammarian, for how succinct you were able to introduce the word of the day and your role for today's meeting. I'd like to encourage everyone, please use the word of the day, propelled, anytime you have the opportunity to speak in the course of today's meeting. Our next role player for today's meeting is going to be the accountant, and I'm going to be calling on the accountant to come up stage and then introduce your role. I'd like you to speak with energy, because we in Toastmasters, we have energy. Seaside has energy. So please give us that vibe. And I know the accountant as somebody who has the energy to make everywhere to shake. Our next role player for today's meeting is the accountant, and she is a certified and dedicated human resource professional with progressive years of experience across range of industrial sectors. She is generally a very easygoing person who appreciates a good sense of humor, good music, and good food. She is no other person than Toastmaster Chiwendo Ogbonna. Please, with a virtual round of applause for those online, and a round of applause, let's celebrate Toastmaster Chiwendo as she gives us her role. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As rightly introduced, my name is Tian Chinwendu, and I'm the accountant for today. And my role as the accountant is to help us become more aware of our use of filler words and sounds that we might use unconsciously, such as you know, and so, because using these words tend to reduce the impact of our message. So throughout the meeting, as the meeting progresses, I'll listen carefully, noting down the use of filler words. And at the end of the meeting, I'll be back to present my reports. Thank you very much, and over to you, Toastmasters.
Thank you so much, our accountant for today's meeting. Please be more aware for filler words and sounds while you are presenting or giving your speech. I'll move on quickly to our next role player, who is going to be serving in today's meeting as a timer. And we have an exceptional personality who has the energy and the zeal to want to drive excellence in the course of our meeting. And she has volunteered today to serve as the timer for today's meeting. She is no other person than a corporate and commercial law professional currently serving as legal counsel in a professional organization. She is an advocate for business protection and delivers legal services to clients locally, within Nigeria, and abroad. Please, with a virtual round of applause for those online and physical round of applause, join me as we welcome Toastmaster Marvelous, okay, as she delivers. I go to the trip. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that glowing introduction. My name, oh, you know my name already. So my role is the timer, and I just want to start with this quote. Time is what we want most, but what we use worst. That is what William Penn said. But I trust us here. We're not going to use time badly. My job is to check the time or to make sure everyone keeps the time during the meeting. But particularly, I'll be looking out for the different speaker segments, like the table topics, the evaluations, and the prepared speech. So for the prepared speech, speakers have 5 to 7 minutes to deliver their speech. And at the 5 minutes mark, you'll see, I'll show them this card, the green card, which means that you are at time. You have gotten to, so for speakers, you're expected to deliver at least a minimum, your speech is supposed to be for a minimum of 5 minutes. So when you see the green card, it means that you have qualified to be voted for during the best speaker voting segment. When you see the yellow card, it means that you are 6 minutes in and that you should begin to think to round up. When you see the red card, it means that you're 7 minutes in and that your time is up, but you have a grace period of 30 seconds to round up. For the table topics, speakers have no more than 2 minutes to deliver their speech. And the same thing applies. Once you're at 1 minute, you get this green card. You just look out for it, please. You see the green card. It means that you're qualified to be voted for during the segment for best speaker for table topics. Same with the yellow card, means you should begin to round up, and the red card. The evaluation session also has the same thing. Evaluators or individual evaluators have 2 to 3 minutes to deliver their evaluations, and you get the same cards. So please look out for the cards. I will be back to give my report during the time when I'm called up. So thank you so much, everyone. And I trust that we're going to keep to time.
Thank you, Toastmaster Marvelous, for the very detailed introduction of your role. And I'd like to add to what she had said. For those online, if you are going to be speaking, we have the online timer. Please also look out for the online timer, as we would be flashing the time virtually as well. Now you have met my tag team, a team of exceptional people, diligent people, and people who knows what they are doing. Now is the time for us to go back and begin to take notes. And then when we are called back, we would come here to give our timing and our counter and grammarian and general evaluation report. I anticipate that today's meeting is going to be an exceptional meeting, and I look forward to an exceptional meeting, as well as I look forward to getting to come back on stage to give you the general evaluation report for today's meeting. Now I would be handing back control to the exceptional, diligent, high-performing Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Stephen Aino. Please, with a round of applause, let's celebrate. Thank you.
Please, let's make some noise for the general evaluator today. Our immediate past president, and I must say that was a crackerjack team you have there, very watertight team that will deliver fantastic evaluation, the likes of it I will have never seen. I believe that team is the best thing that has happened since sliced bread. True. That was the thing, that was the best thing. You know, sliced bread was discovered in 1924. Before then, the world was eating bread the way it was, but they discovered sliced bread, and that was a revolution. It was one of the, yes, I'm saying it was a revolution. From there, you now have your pizza, you have hamburgers and all that. Before then, there were nothing. So it became, so when you see something that is just phenomenal, like what it did, it's the best thing that's happened since sliced bread. One more time, let's give it up for PM every day. Thank you. Today we have a mammoth meeting. We have 5 speakers. It's not everywhere you go that you see 5 speakers. Circulation everywhere. You know that most clubs struggle with speakers. At times you just find maybe 2 speakers, the man in charge doesn't get steady. But when you have 5 speakers, I think Seaside is out to clubs. Excellent. So are you ready to be blown away this afternoon? Yeah. That's not Seaside. Are you ready to be blown away by these speakers? Yeah. Wonderful. So I will take, we are going to start with the prepared speeches. Seaside is always known for being inventive. They always propel things to the next level. Most times you see table topics come first, then prepared speeches. But this time around, they tweaked it to bring prepared speeches first, then table topics will come later. Kudos to Seaside Toastmasters. So we are going to have our prepared speeches, and to break the ice, somebody to break the ice, not the ice in the speeches, but I mean, out of the 5 speakers, our first speaker is Toastmaster Grant Oti. Toastmaster Grant Oti will now be evaluated by Toastmaster Abibat. Yes, Abibat Oyeni. Toastmaster Abibat Oyeni. Toastmaster Abibat Oyeni is a software engineer. He has a strong passion for personal growth outside of coding. He enjoys good food. He's a foodie. Wow. And values making new connections and friendships. You know, it takes 2 to tango. I'm also one. but not by my side. But some other things contribute to my side, not just coding. Outside of coding, she enjoys good food, new connections, and friendship that enrich her broad spectrum of interest. She joined Toastmasters to improve her leadership and communication skills. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make very welcome the speech evaluator number one. I think you can do that from that place to save us our time. Yes, please, just go ahead. Oh, yes. Okay, please. Yes. Let's come on, let's clap.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I have the privilege of evaluating Toastmaster grants. OT will be giving a speech from the persuasive influence part, level 1, project 3. And the objective of the speech is to use vocal variety and body language to enhance the speech. And I'll be looking out for that while the speech. All the best, team dance.
Thank you. Thank you, Tim. I'll be back. All right, so who is TM Grant? TM Grant OT is an experienced business analyst working in finance sector. He enjoys quiet time indoors and wandering, whatever that means, wandering. Where's TM Grant? Eh? Okay, what's wandering? That's new of me. Okay, sort of introspection in the all alone you in the room. Okay, I think you should try the Bahamas, some of those places where you have those quiet, just stay there and just, but that's very good because it actually refreshes you. And all right, so, and he has an interest in business and is currently incubating an export business. Please, let's make very welcome PM Grant OT to give us a speech. Let's celebrate him, please. Over to you.
So which one is a mic? This one is.
This one. If I move it. And just,
I have to step on. What is in a name? What's in a name? Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. My name is Grant, and I work in finance. Now, members of Toastmasters, Seaside Toastmasters are very nice people, so I didn't experience this here. But typically, when I tell people my name is Grant, they go, "You must have money to lose." When I tell them that I work in finance or that I work in a bank, they go, "This can't be a coincidence. You definitely have money to give us." But just take a look at me. I mean, take a very good look at me. Do I look like somebody who has money to give anyone? Yeah. You might think so, but don't judge this book by the name. But as the saying goes, silver or gold, I have not. So what I have, I will give to you. So today, I will give you a story about my journey in personal finance. If you are like me, you would have read a lot of self-help and personal finance books. You might also have realized after reading a lot of them that you were probably better off not reading them at all. But sometimes you come across a book that just speaks to you. Clear in its ideas, simple in its composition, and practical for your reality. For me, that book was Rich Dad Poor Dad by a gentleman named Robert Kiyosaki. I read the book when I had just finished school and I had no dime to my name. And so I would say the book met me at the perfect time. I recall I couldn't keep it down because he spoke to me. He was telling me, "I know where you are. I've been there. I know where you want to get to. and I can guide you there. I can propel you to where you want to get to. I breezed through that book in no time. I also learned a lot from another gentleman named Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is a famed investor and a centibillionaire. And so today I'll tell you 4 things that I've learned in the course of my personal finance journey. The first is pay yourself first. Rich Dad would say, it is not how much you earn, it is how much you keep and how hard that keeps working for you. Charity, they say, begins at home. The second is don't spend more than you earn. As Warren Buffett would say, if you keep spending on things you don't need, soon, very soon, you would start selling things that you need. The third is that information is power. Rich Dad says, don't invest in what you don't understand. Learn first, then invest. Warren Buffett puts it differently, and he says risk comes from not knowing what you are doing. The more you learn, the more you earn. Knowledge compounds. And then lastly is cash flows. A property is either an asset or a liability, depending on where cash, as a result of any that property, flows to. If cash, as a result of any that property, flows into your pocket, then it is an asset. If cash, as a result of owning that property, flows out of your pocket, then it is a liability. So I'll close with this. Your personal finance is your personal responsibility. It is up to you to make it work. I can see some people looking down and wondering if I am speaking to them. Yes, I'm speaking to all of us. Mr. President, you're looking away. I am speaking to you too. And I believe it is something so profound that we should recite it together. So if you say it with me, my personal finance is my personal responsibility. It is up to me. It is up to me to make it right. To make it right. And for some people who might be thinking, maybe it's too late. Maybe I shouldn't bother. I'll leave you with a Chinese proverb that says, the best time to start was yesterday. The next best time is now. You have to propel yourself into action to get to the destination that you want to. So just start. Start where you are. Start with what you have. Start now. Thank you very much.
Somebody say, wow. Say, wow. What a speech. That was a speech.
Yeah, thank you very, very kind for that speech. Listening to you was a slice of them. I thoroughly enjoyed a bit of it.
That was a speech that was loaded with so much nuggets. There's a whole lot of life bottles. It's too many things to say. He says, well, Buffett says that if you start spending on the things you don't need, very soon you will begin to sell those things that you don't need. Too many life bulb moments. Thank you so much, sir. That was the best speech. All right, so very quickly, let me segue into the second speaker. Our second speaker for the day is Toastmaster Ime Abasi. Toastmaster Ime will be evaluated by President TM Kudus. He's been introduced earlier, so I will just segue into the evaluation. Yes, very quickly.
Can meet up. I'll still go there. I'll still go there so that it will help also to network with them people.
Thank you very much. Toastmaster Ime Abasi will be speaking from the pathway presentation mastery level
Check the link for you.
level 1
Yes.
project 4. She gave a speech on Thursday, wonderful speech, and I'm happy that you guys are lucky that you'll be able to listen to that speech again. She gave a speech, she got an evaluation, and she needs to work on that evaluation, then come and give that speech again. So we can be sure that yes, she takes feedback. That's the purpose of our project. And you are in for a very nice speech. Thank you very much. Over to Toastmasters today.
Thank you. Good present. All right, so the president says, get ready. Somebody say, get ready. Get ready, stay ready for Tiemima Ibasi. She gave the speech on Thursday, and today she's going to just apply everything. I'm sure she's going to raise the roof this afternoon. So Tiemima Ibasi, who's Tiemima Ibasi? Tiemima Ibasi, yes. Tiemima Ibasi is an entrepreneur and sales strategist, passionate about real estate, helping clients find the perfect home and build wealth. She also promotes wellness through yoga, believing health is key to true success. Her core value is honesty, and her belief is making the world a better place. Tiem Ima Basi, please break your leg. Break your leg.
Good afternoon, dear Toastmasters and guests. What do you do when life breaks you? In a place where no one else can see. I'm not talking about a broken bone or a physical injury. I'm talking about the kind of break that happens in silence, where no one else can see, and very few dare to ask. Well, I had that broken moment last year, August, when I got a call from home that I lost my grandmother. She wasn't just family. She raised me. She fought for me. So I had dreams, places I wanted to take her to, and things I wanted to do to give back. But then, suddenly, did not ask for my request. I cried, not for long. People told me to be strong, to move on, that life goes on. So I did what most of us here do. I put on a strong face. I packed up my pain, and I moved on with life very fast. I went back to work and rejoined life. But deep inside, I was changing. I became withdrawn, easily triggered, angry and bitter. I was carrying pains I couldn't express and anger I did not explain. And the worst of it all, I masked it up with, I'm fine. But I wasn't. I was bleeding emotionally, and the people around me were getting sick. Maybe you have been there, losing someone, losing yourself, losing your dreams, or losing something precious to you. So let me ask, how did you heal? Did you mask it up? Or did you swallow the pain and call it strength? Did you cry and pretend you are over it? Or did you cover it up with productivity and call it growth? Here's the hard truth I needed to learn. Unhealed wounds don't vanish. They leak into your conversation, into your words, into how you see yourself, and into your relationship. So one day, dear Toastmasters and guests, when I couldn't outrun my pain, I sat myself down and asked myself certain questions. Ime, are you really healing or are you healing properly? That's when I discovered my tool. Yoga found me. I'm not talking about the beautiful yoga poses on Instagram and on social media. I'm talking about the type of yoga that meets you mercy and asks for nothing but your presence. Some of you may be wondering, what is yoga? Don't worry, I will explain. Yoga is from the Sanskrit word yod, which means to join together. Yoga is a physical, mental, and spiritual practice of uniting the body and the mind and the soul together in harmony for a healthy living. So piece by piece, I was able to rejoin the scattered piece of my life together through yoga. Yoga gave me tools like pranayama, which means breathing. I was able to breathe through my pains. Meditation, I was able to sit with myself without judgment. And the asana, the postures, I was able to be patient with my process. And the truth is, the pains did not go away. Yoga did not erase the pains. But what yoga did was that it gave my pains a place to suffer and a place to rest, and it helped me to remember who I was in the midst of the noise of the society. And gradually, I was able to heal. Yoga gave me tools I can always reach out to when the pains return, because it will. I definitely miss them every day, but I can use my tools to go through the process. So let me ask you again, dear Toastmasters and guests, what are your healing tools? How do you heal? Healing isn't a milestone that you check off. Healing is something that you choose. It's a practice that you choose with intention, and you go back over and over again. And I compel each and every one of you today, to dear Toastmasters and guests, that you all are worthy of that practice every single day. So I would like to end by saying, if you're battling through any pains, or if you are struggling from any challenges, and you need a safe place to soften your pain, yoga may just be the best tools for you. You don't have to be flexible. You don't have to have the best poses, but together you can do it. And together we can create a safe space for us. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. Please let's make some noise for Temi. Make some noise for her. Wow. Yoga. That was a masterclass compressed into about 5 minutes. You will agree with me. She said everything we need to know about yoga. What an escape to. I think I'll come to you personally. I need to come and take those classes. There are moments I can resonate with you. There are moments like that in life I would need beyond the ordinary to be able to escape or navigate. And I would need to come to you for yoga classes. One more time, let's celebrate. She gave you free class. People pay for yoga. How do you know people pay for yoga? But it's like not free. You have given that to you under 5 minutes. The master class for that. Come on, let's. All right, so Temi may just propel the meeting to a high level, and to take it further, I'd like to invite the third speaker for the day. The third speaker is TM Mohammed Kabir Abdullahi, and TM Abdullahi will be evaluated by TM Igolo and Niebo. TM Igolo and Niebo likes to dabble in different hobbies such as reading, watching movies, or gisting. She believes in modeling the 3 C's: calm, cool, and collected, which is a phrase that I like using very regularly. And it's basically an engineer with a twist, combining a technical reservoir in engineering skills with the ability to connect, communicate, and collaborate effectively with others. Please, with a thunderous applause, let's make welcome the switch evaluator, TM Igolo. TM Igolo and online.
Okay, Emoji, please confirm the sharing and production.
Go on.
Okay, thank you. So Tim Mohammed is here to deliver the second part of his speech, where he's going to implement from his first speech. So he's speaking from the presentation mastery, and he's going to talk for 5 to 7 minutes. Let's try to think we have time. So it's a very phenomenal speech the first time, and I'm sure that this is really going to be better. Recollect and learn. Thank you. Over to you, Kennedy.
Use, I believe so. The line, our essay for the day. All right. So it's a chemical engineer with a passion for technology and storytelling. He's building Caliphate. He's building Caliphate Times, a media platform amplifying Northern Nigerian voices, and writes MK Notes, a personal letter on energy, AI, and personal growth. Fun fact, he organizes his life using a system called Para. Para. Here, Mohammed, please come and unpack Para for us. Let's celebrate it, please. Let's come center. The floor is here. That's not how to please. That's not how to clap now. Who is not clapping? Who is not clapping?
We make plans for tomorrow, next month, next year, waiting for the right moment to be filled. But what if that moment never comes? We treat time like a river, steady, endless. But really, it's more like a cup, small, full, and easy to spill. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Weddings are fun, glamorous, and memorable. But behind the scenes, it's often chaos. Like the morning of our wedding lunch, we woke up, we had no cars, none. All the transport logistics we planned just vanished. So we scrambled, borrowed what we could. We ended up at a mechanic's workshop, dressed up, sweating in cars with broken ACs, just trying to fix whatever we can before guests arrived. But my closest friends, especially Segir, did not complain. They got down to business and took care of things. I truly owe the success of that day to them. So a year later, when one of them, Segir, was getting married, we all showed up for him, ready to handle everything. It was truly a beautiful day, a true success. As newlyweds, we were full of hope. We often sit around imagining what our lives will be 20 years from now. Who we be? What we become? But then I got the call Segiro collapsed at work, and he's in the hospital. He'd had a stroke. 2 brain surgeries followed. Segiro was found. He was in the first chapter of something new. Marriage, a future. Suddenly, the pages just stopped. The news hit me like a brick. I felt numb and disoriented. A few of us talked, trying to make sense out of it, but nothing really helped. Everybody processes grief different. I tend to go quiet, so I grieved on my own, mostly in silence. Grief, along with pressures of everyday life, left me hollow. I'd drift through the days, just doom scrolling on my phone, avoiding everything I said that mattered. And I wasn't stuck. I was just avoiding movement. Days went to weeks, weeks turned to months. But then one day, I came across a quote from a famous clinical psychologist, Jordan Peterson, and he said, "You should be afraid of taking risks in life, but be more afraid of staying where you are. It is making you miserable. Because in 5 years, you'll be more miserable and a lot older." So that hit something in me, that life is risky, but wasting time, that is the greater danger. So I started small, one project at a time. I completed an online course. I renewed my Toastmasters membership. I picked up a book. It wasn't motivation or willpower that saved me. It was movement. Small, steady steps in the direction to propel you to what matters. So there's probably something you've wanted to start. Not something big, but something that matters to you. And you're waiting for the right moments, waiting for more certainty. But the truth is, that moment may never come. So do not wait. Take one small step forward. Not because you're ready, but because now it's all you have. Thank you, Toastmaster. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Who's not clapping for Chair Mohammed? Who's not clapping for Chair Mohammed? Wow. Mr. President, I believe that if we decide to close this meeting at this point, we've had enough ROI on our time here today. True or true? We have enough return on investment for our time here today because so much has already been impacted. Thank you so much, TM Mohammed. Lots and lots and lots of light bulb moments. So much nuggets have been shared. Thank you. So I'll segue to the fourth speaker very quickly, sake of time. Our first speaker is TM Mary. TM Mary Alade May. Hope I got that right. And so TM Mary will be evaluated by Toastmaster Kofo Jago. Yes, our VP all the way from Surulere. Surulere in the house. Someone say Surulere in the house. Toastmasters. All our products of Toastmasters. Over to you.
Thank you very much. So Toastmaster Mary is going to be giving a speech on introduction to Toastmasters mentoring. The purpose of this speech is to speak about a time when she was a protege, and this could be in form of her life. She can discuss any aspect of her experience, and the speech should not be a report on the content of the introduction to Toastmasters mentoring project. So basically, there was a report she had to go through before this. So the speech should not be a report of that, but more of our experience of the speech. So Toastmaster Mary, good luck, and over to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Thank you, Tim, for a veteran Toastmaster. Thank you so much. So, Tim, Mary is a trained architect and a dynamic entrepreneur who runs a thriving export business. In addition to managing her enterprise, she is deeply committed to education and empowerment, teaching others how to navigate and succeed in the world of export. She also serves as the president of an export cooperative where she leads initiatives to support business growth and collaborations within the community. Beyond business, she's passionate about women's healing and empowerment, dedicating her voice and platform to helping women rise above adversity and reclaim their power. This is a very noble, very noble cause indeed. She joined Toastmasters to develop our communication, leadership, and public speaking skills. Please, with a round of applause, let's make very welcome Toastmaster Mary Alade Mary. Toastmaster Mary, please have fun storming the castle.
Thank you, sir. Have you ever had someone believe in you more than you believe in yourself? Have you ever had anyone believe in you more than you believe in yourself? That's the power of mentorship. And when I came into Toastmasters, how many mentors does Toastmasters give?
Countless.
Countless. One specifically. But I have 3 mentors. I have St. Kudos, our past president, who has been supportive and encouraging me. I have St. Kudos, our president, who has also been encouraging me, and I just call him at any time and just be like, can you for a slot for me? I need to speak. And he just does that without, even if he's not serving, he was serving as the VP education, but now as the president, I still do that, and he accommodates that. And I have here, we have my official mentor, who is always ready to jump on a quick call, who is just always supportive. And sometimes I think that Toastmasters has this overhype. Like sometimes I give a speech and it just goes, and I feel overhyped. So today, long before Toastmasters, I had mentors in every area of my life. I've had mentors. But today I'll be talking about one mentor in particular, a lifelong mentor, and that's my mom. I always came first in school. I'm sure this is cliche. We all say, our parents say it to us, they say, I always came first in school, and nobody ever came last. But for me, it was true in primary school. I always came first. And that was because I had a secret weapon, my mom. Every day from school, she would take my books and read with me, flip through the books, everything. On Fridays, she pack all my books, take it home, and then we'll be able to study at home. And so it was natural. I'm quite full of myself. So I'm always saying, oh, I'm a brilliant person because I am. But that was my secret. And so secondary school came and things began to change. I started to wonder what was going on. I was still brilliant, but not the first. I was obviously above average, but not brilliant at the top of the class. And I realized because I was in boarding school, I realized because it was because I wasn't studying as much as I used to study. But my mom didn't stop. During the holidays, she would come to the hostel. She'd tell me, pack your books, pack everything, and then we'll go and study. She did this continuously, and it made me realize that is mentorship. Mentorship is teaching, educating, being patient with your mentee. And so, why I came, and she got the wide syllabus, and she would always go through the syllabus, every topic. We had to go through every topic one after the other for us to, while I was studying. And she realized something. She realized that I was having issues studying. So what did she do? She went and started getting books. Obviously, I wasn't reading. Now I'm a reader, but then I was not interested in all of that. She would get books and study how to face your exams, and I was not going to read it. I pick it and say thank you. But then she realized that I wasn't reading. So she picked these books and read and came back to me with what was in the book. So while I had my wife and she realized I wasn't studying, there was just something wrong. She gave me so many methods to study. One method she gave me was to form acronyms with first letter of each word. So let's say we have Indomie egg, you form it into pie. If you have another E, elephant, you form it into the pie square. That's P-I-E square. So that way, when you're in the exam hall, you look at it and then you're able to recollect. So many other methods. And because she always goes through my exam scripts with me, she's able to realize where I made a mistake. For example, she would explain where you're supposed to list, you list. Where you're supposed to explain, you list and you explain. I remember one time I had failed an exam, and that's because they said answer 3 questions. And I answered the 3 questions, but I mistakenly, I passed, I did not read, number 1 was compulsory. So she taught me how to be patient to read all of that. So I want, as I'm standing here, I know that we've all had mentors in our lives, mentors that got us to this point where we are. So I want us to be appreciative of them, to take time to look through our life, those that have brought us to this point where we are, and to say thank you. Thank you.
Wow. No, hello. Mary. You don't, yes, always active. You don't need the left time. Thank you. Come on, let's celebrate here, Mary. Wow. Wow. That was a phenomenal speech. Yes, our parents are always the first mentors and the first coach we have in our life. You can now go out and have others, but your parents. And say, Mary, please, I'm using this platform to thank your mom. She's a hero. And in this meeting, tell her that we'll celebrate her. We need to have moms like that around the world. They will make the world a better place. She's indeed a hero. Let's celebrate our mom, please. Don't you agree with me? Let's celebrate our mom. It's a hero. So our last speaker for the day, last but not least, for today, so much of nuggets. Our last speaker, ladies and gentlemen, is Toastmaster Mary. Okay. And Toastmaster Mary, okay, will be evaluated by Toastmaster Adebowale. My friend from my friend from Merit, from Eagles Toastmasters. Toastmaster Adebowale, this man, you know him? Anytime I see his name, I cringe. When I'm in Eagles and I evaluate very easily, but when I'm to evaluate this man, it sends butterflies all around my tummy. Such a great guy. All right, so Toastmaster Adebowale Adetunji is Let's have a way of, is a cybersecurity enthusiast who currently works as a technology risk analyst with a financial institution. He loves reading, jogging, swimming, and football. His favorite quote is the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. That quote was credited to who? Was credited to who? The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. That was credited to who? The legendary Mahatma Gandhi. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Thank you, TM Steve, for that very kind introduction. It's an honor to be evaluating TM Miriam, who is on our innovative mastery pathway, level 5, project 1. I thought we'd give her a round of applause. It's not easy to be on level 5 in the Toastmasters pathway. And the title of our speech is Art for Health. The objective of our speech is for her to give a plan and a propelling vision of a project she has developed. I look forward to listening to her, and all the best. Toastmaster Miriam.
Thank you. All right, please let's give it up for Toastmaster Mary, level 5. Level 5 is not what, it's not big, so level 5 is not big to Toastmaster. Toastmaster Mary is a supply chain professional currently working at an energy company. Her interests, hobbies are music, traveling, and reading. She joined Seaside to improve her leadership, communication, and public speaking skills. You are a testament to other Toastmasters. I know some Toastmasters who have been on level 1 for about 2-3 years, and they can't even move forward. But level 5, I give it up to you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm super excited to be here. You could see that I came up onto the lectern before I was actually supposed to come. And I also forgot my glasses in Benin because I want to come to this meeting today physically. So, like you said, like Toastmaster of the day said before, I was called up on the stage. He said something about how people are being stuck in a level. I've been stuck in level 5 for more than a year now. So I said today I must break that jinx and I must deliver this speech. So I would start by asking a question. How many of us have women in our life? We have girls, we have mothers. Please, with a show of hands, tell me, is there an exception in this room? Okay, so thank you very much. So imagine your 13-year-old sister starting her first period, and she doesn't have the resources to start this rite of passage of her period. She does not have access to pads. She has no pardon me please, nerves. She has no access to pads for her to use for her period. And this is the reality of a lot of people all around the world, especially women living in IDP camps in Nigeria. So today I want to share a vision that started about 5 years ago. A group of friends, we came together and we started something called Paths for Health. So I live in Benin, so we decided to look for a place in Benin where we can distribute pads for girls. So for the first year, what we did was we went to a secondary school and we distribute over 1,000 pads to girls in that particular school. So for the second year, we tried going back to the school, but for some weird reason, I think maybe something bad must have happened. We were not able to go back to the school. So what we did was we now looked for an IDP camp in Benin, and we started going there every year. So the reason why I said I want this to be my project for level 5 is because when we started, the energy was really high. I mean, amongst the group of friends and colleagues that started this journey together, but people have gotten married, people have left Benin, so it's difficult. So I'm looking for a way to restructure Paths for Health, which is very funny because I am a current treasurer in Seaside Toastmaster Club, but also for Path for Health from inception. I've been the treasurer of that particular campaign. So I want to introduce a little bit of fun to this year's campaign because we've seen a lack of energy amongst people who are in the committee. So one of the things I want to do is for us to create subdivisions in Path for Health. Before it was just me, it's just me and the convener, that's Augustine Chima. So what we are both, we take it upon ourselves rather to ask for funds among the members, go around offices looking for people to contribute funds for our vision. So what I want to do this year is to make sure we have subgroups, people who will be in charge of campaigning, another group will be in charge of going to companies that manufacture parts so that we can even get more parts to distribute to people. So I'm going to share some facts about the public health crisis of girls not having pads to use during their period. So according to UNICEF, 1 in 10 girls in Africa misses school during menstruation because they do not have access to menstrual products. Some girls use rags, tissue, newspapers, and even ashes, risking infection. So what's the ripple effect of this? It means that a lot of people will drop out from school. A lot of girls will drop out from school before they are meant to. So, and this is not necessary and this is unjust. So our vision is born out of one simple belief that a period should never put a full stop to a girl's future. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to create access to we are trying to get access to local manufacturers who can produce affordable, reusable parts and eco-friendly parts. So one part that can last up to 2 months. We also have to also look about the hygiene side of this. Does it make sense for you to reuse parts and all that? So another thing is for us to create awareness, which is one of the things I'm doing today. So if you're interested in joining this campaign, please reach out to me after today's meeting. So another advocacy we're trying to do is to work with government agencies. So we're trying to also take Pass for Health outside of Benin to other places so that it can reach more girls. So I'm going to close by saying that this is just the beginning, and our vision in Pass for Health is to go nationwide. And we don't want any woman to care about think so much or care so much about their period. So I'm going to end with a quote by Mahatma Gandhi that says, "The true measure of any society can be found in how it treats its most vulnerable members." Thank you all for listening, and over to you, Toastmaster.
Wow, thank you. That's a marvelous job that you are doing there. And if you have been to those places, it's a parallel situation in those places. I would like to, we'll see in camera because it's such a worthy cause, noble cause that everybody in this room needs to be part of. But no matter how little it is, you must be part of giving back to them. So we'll talk after this. All right, so we are done with the prepared speeches very quickly. We'll go to we'll go to the voting section while I will invite the area director. So you have slips that has been shared, and you choose your best speaker, the best speaker. And before that, we would like to have the timers report. We can have is there anyone run of the mill? Any run of the mill? They're all qualified? All of them qualified. All right, so please do your votes. And on that note, we have a special guest in the room. Just like a sister, we've come a long way together. And this lady is phenomenal in any way. I call her the lady with the 3 Gs. The lady with grandeur, grace, gravitas. It's none other than our area director. You're not clapping, you're not excited about it. Serial entrepreneur with online store known as Mommy J. Everybody say Mommy J sauce. Mommy J, yeah, that's how we know her. She's a charter member of Lento Toastmasters Club. She is immediate and past president of Victoria Bay Toastmasters Club and past program quality director, Area 19, Division F. While she continues her graceful transverse across the dynamic leadership and persuasive influence pathways. She believes dedication and commitment are key elements of success. One of her favorite quotes is, "I believe that the most important single thing beyond discipline and creativity is daring to dare." It quotes fairy tale to the legendary Maya Angelou. Please, have you voted? Have you finished voting? Please do your vote. You want to know the speakers, all the speakers out of the 5, please just pick the best speakers. Let's make some noise as we receive our area director, Toastmaster, just play. We have about 2 to 3 minutes. Wow. Just
Thank you very kindly. Our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster, I would say is a distinguished Toastmaster, even if the title has not come yet, for how you have been propelling this meeting throughout the course of this day. Jolly good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. At the beginning of this meeting, they said that Seaside had vibes. You have energy. Where is the vibe and the energy today? What is going on? I don't know where it is. Did anybody steal your party jollof rice? Oh. Ha. Okie dokie then. Yes, it gives me great pleasure to be in your midst. This is my second visit, but actually my official visit to Seaside Toastmasters Club. And my job here is very simple. I don't even know the agenda. It was stated there that it's actually a remark. And I must say that it's a remark I want to give to a remarkable club. Usually, it is for me to come here to propel the club to do better. But before I go into that, I want to congratulate this club. The past club officers for the amazing work they've been doing here at my club name is coming to my mouth. Seaside Toastmasters Club. I'm wondering in my head, what is this secret magic wand that you have here at Seaside Toastmasters Club? Every time you come here, the place is filled up. Please, this is the time you give yourself a round of applause. But as I listened in the course of the meeting, I realized that one of the secret magic wand is mentor. Imagine some clubs. Some people don't even have one, but here, someone has 3 mentors and even more. Wow. Wonderful. Yeah. I actually brought you news from the division. Our target or our aim for this mandate is just very simple. And looking at the dashboard already, Seaside, where are you flying to? 2 goals already. 2 people gave level 5 speeches today. Please give yourself a round of applause. I didn't know I was going to serve as area director for this mandate. I was already going to propel myself towards joining Seaside Toastmasters Club. I won't be surprised at the end of this mandate. You guys, where is the card? I can't see the card. Awesome. I will be surprised at the end of this mandate, you people are actually collecting the Club of the Year from Sorelili Toastmasters Club, my area director. Because the speed at which this club is going, they are on fire. They're actually blazing the trail. When I go to the dashboard, people just make me smile from cheek to cheek. And I'm just looking forward to seeing other clubs under this area actually following your footsteps. I've actually come here to commend you. I've actually come here to tell you, please, don't drop the ball. So I listened to the immediate past area director. She said that you actually got your goals intact in 4 months. And I'm saying that you're going to do it in 2 months. Yes. I'm not sure you people are going to envisage or are you envisaging any setback. I'm not thinking there's going to be any setback in this form. But just in case there's any setback, Toastmasters is like a community. You don't leave all the job for the leaders. You don't leave all the job for the president. It's a two-way thing. And it is very easy. Just showing up and showing out. Imagine today, 5 speeches. I've been to club, like the TMOD said. You hardly get people to speak at a club. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, and even guests on the call, I'm propelling you these days. Please, keep showing up. And as you're showing up, you begin to unravel a better version of yourself. You never can tell what you will become tomorrow when you show up. Let's say 4 years ago, they tell me that I will stand here and speak to a crowd like this. I wouldn't believe it. This is what Toastmasters does. Seaside Toastmasters Club. You are a remarkable club. I'm even short of words of what to say to each and every one of you. The only thing I can say is that I am looking forward to seeing you shine even brighter than the diamond, as I see that you're already attaining the smartly distinguished goal. Because that's a new word. It's higher than the president distinguished. Thank you very much for having me. And it's back to you, our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Irene.
Who is not clapping for area director? Who is not clapping for area director? Yes. Beauty plus eloquence is panache equals panache. Check out that equation, and that's what our area director brings on board. All right, so very quickly we'll segue into the
Okay, and the quote is, when the why is clear, the how is easy. This is a quote by John Rowan, an American entrepreneur and author.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters. Yes, I am Bankole Akiniroyi, and I'll be speaking on this topic. When the why is clear, the how will become clear. Of course, the first thing about getting things done is to know your why. For example, um, when you know the reason why you want to succeed in life, you definitely know the how to get there. If your why is, maybe you remember how you grew up, how you probably have experienced lack before, or you've been short of how you want to be. You will definitely understand the reasons why you need to be hardworking. You definitely understand the reason why you shouldn't be wasteful, or you shouldn't be frivolous in the different things you do. So, and because of this, you will put your house in order. You would make sure that the resources that you have at your disposal are channeled to the particular areas where it will be most useful, and generate something useful out of it. So, and definitely because of your why, when you know where you are going, you will know the type of places to go, the types of associations, and the things you need to do to get there. But if you don't have a why, just as the last speaker spoke, you just keep wandering without really having a destination in mind. And as a result of that, definitely you'll be lost. Thank you very much.
When the why is clear, the how is easy. The saying goes that if you don't know where you are going, any road will take you there. It is the why that becomes the compass to where you are going. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you. That was very crafted. Thank you so much. All right, so very quickly we'll segue into the evaluation of the table topics, and to evaluate these two speakers, we will not be voting, Mr. President, because you can't put Ugonna and a guest together. Ugonna is not automatically not to be voted for because it's the VP. So we'll just go straight into the evaluation segment. Am I right? True or true? True. So I'll bring a seasoned Toastmaster to evaluate them. Our past president in this club, Toastmaster Francis Mokolu, is an experienced accountant, a Triple Crown Toastmasters Award winner, an ACB and ALB holder. He loves to wear a smile so the world can smile back at him. That's his signature, really. When he's not balancing accounts, he loves to listen to alternative rock music and watch Arsenal Football Club. Are you still watching Arsenal? Please, over to you. You're talking Chelsea, I'm talking Arsenal. You're talking Chelsea, I'm talking Arsenal.
Thank you graciously, our able Toastmaster of the day. Please, can we put our hands together for our table topics participants? If you think it is easy to come out here, don't allow me to remind you what happened to me in 2015 when I was asked to come to table topics. So it is said, the prepared speaker is never afraid. A quote by the founder of Toastmasters International, Ralph Smedley. But this is the unprepared speech. That is why we teach you how you can also not be afraid. That's why practice makes perfection. So for our first speaker, no vision, no hope, went straight into the topic. A seasoned table topic speaker, a seasoned speaker. He owned the stage. He showed enough composure. He had humor, and they say humor sells. When you can find a way to infuse humor, witty comments, phrases here and there, it will spice up your speech. Well done, Toastmaster Ugona. The room of improvement is the largest. What can Toastmaster Ugona do better? The story he gave, I'm not sure it's quite connected. Maybe for want of a better story, he had to give a humorous one, and he did very well. I'm not sure it's quite connected with no vision. Maybe one of your stories be an aeronautic engineer, that would have found a place in this speech. Well done, all the same. You had this at inception, but as a seasoned speaker, you gathered momentum and you took your hands away. Well done. Conclusion, you did well. You reinforced your message, which every speaker should learn to do towards the end of your conversation. Well done, Toastmaster Ogona. Please let's intending Toastmaster Bankole, when the why is clear, the how is easy. We are always admonished to repeat the topic so it will propel us and give us momentum to go into our topic. Well done again. You went straight into the topic, talked about the importance of being propelled, having a vision. I wanted to hear inspired, you perspire before you aspire and so on, but well done all the same. What can you do better? I think you dabbled around the importance of doing well, not taking your vision serious, being visionary, and so on. You can do better. Personal stories sell. You can tell us an incident, an experience you had in your life that told you that you can, when you don't know the why, that it was difficult for you, and you did a self-introspection and things became better for you. Use personal stories. They helped. Thank you very much for having me. It's just my topic.
Thank you. Thank God for happy for Ajuni. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Sir Francis. The way you do it effortlessly is something to behold. Thank you so much. All right, so quickly back to the GE to take us through the last segment of the day, which is the evaluation segment. As we always say in Toastmasters, feedback is... Feedback is the breakfast. Breakfast, not breakfast. Breakfast.
Thank you so much, the Toastmaster of the day, for giving us the exceptional performance for a Toastmasters experience. So I'd like to say thank you so much, sir, for charging the parts all through the course of today's meeting. Today, now I'm going to be giving the general evaluation for today's meeting. And in this segment of Toastmasters general evaluation, we are going to be having those initial role players that came off stage to tell you about their roles. And also we're going to be having those speech evaluators who came to read out the speech objectives for each of those who came out here to give their prepared speeches. So we're going to begin with the speech evaluation segment. And in that segment, I'm going to be calling our exceptional evaluators who have done justice to give out the speech objectives. And I'm going to be calling out our very first evaluator, an exceptional lady who has already been introduced. She is Toastmaster Abibat Oyeni, and she is going to be evaluating Toastmaster Grant, who spoke on the topic, My Personal Finance Journey. Please, with a virtual applause, join me as we welcome.
What is in a name? That's a question for the audience. And that was Tim Grant's introduction. What is in a name? When you mentioned it, it actually got me thinking, and I was actually looking forward to the next thing because what is in a name and then it delved in. My name is Grant. I work in finance, and I was able to connect. It means because his name is Grant, he works in finance, and people usually think he gives money. And I like I like the way he kind of like, I mean, he he introduced himself, and then he turned around. Do I look like someone that have money? It was quite engaging. Well done, Tim Grant. I love your use of stage. I love the way you engage those throughout the speech. Also, I mean, your speech is on speech 3, which is vocal variety and use of body language. I can say on that, on the use of body language, you're actually on point. You met everything. And I also love the nuggets you gave us, I mean, during the speech. There were a lot. I mean, it's from your personal story, you gave us 4 nuggets. And I like the way you did the comparison, actually. You know, you used Robert, let me just say, you use Rich Dad Poor Dad, and then you use Warren Buffett. And then for each point, you said pay yourself first, don't spend more than you earn. Information is power, cash flow. For each point, I mean, you gave insights from their point of view, actually. So I love that. If there's one any recommendation I'm going to give you, just 2 recommendations. First is, I mean, you connected with us well, but at a point it was as though we are looking down, like kind of looking away from us. So I think next time, just try to do more eye contact with the audience. Another thing, well, I would say it's a minor recommendation. You know, when you kind of mentioned Rich Dad Poor Dad, you brought out your phone. You should. I mean, I think it's also good you mentioned the author, which is Robert Kiyosaki, because it's not everybody. I mean, everybody knows it, but don't let's assume to the popular book. If you mention the author, it will also help some people like that don't know the book. They can just quickly search. But overall, I love your speech. I love your closing. Or your closing again, you still you gave us a charge. I mean, that was nice, Tim Grant. You said your personal finance is your personal responsibility, and it is your responsibility to make it work. You didn't just say it. He made us like say it with you. So it's just a charge that is going in my head, like as I'm living this on like, my personal finance is my responsibility, and it is my responsibility to make it work. I think it's something I have to be saying throughout this week because I learned that from Sam Grant. Well done, Sam Grant. You actually made the objective.
What is in the name? What a good way to begin an evaluation. Thank you so much for your very detailed evaluation. Because of time, we are going to be cutting down the time with the permission of the president. So please, when you come on stage, you're expected to deliver your evaluation 1 to 2 minutes, no longer 2 to 3 minutes. We're trying to see how to manage time and still stay in the course of getting to engage with our members who have other activities to do. So I'll immediately call on the next evaluator, who is going to be evaluating Toastmaster Ime, who spoke on the topic, My Healing Tools. And he is no other person than the president of this President Distinguished Club. Toastmaster Kudos Adebayo. Please, with a round of applause.
Thank you very much, Mr. IPP, General Evaluator. When I came here earlier, I said that if you didn't listen to the speech on Thursday, that you missed, but you have a second chance. Did you not see what I was talking about? Please give a round of applause to the I will go straight to the things that were recommended, recommended in your last delivery of this speech. We spoke about, you didn't give us action plan. You spoke about yoga and we were interested. Then what do you want us to do? But today you gave us that. You asked us to join you in yoga. And I'm sure that, because for me, I'll be meeting her after this meeting because I want to also join yoga. And I'm sure every one of us want to. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Evening. In your last speech, your body language was good, but you had a lot of opportunities for body language which you missed, especially when you said yoga found me. You said yoga found me, and because you were passionate about yoga, we were expecting a smile, and we got that smile. We could see that passion in you. Well done, Toastmaster Amy. I love your vocal variety, your volume and pace were good. You kept there were times that it was slow, there were times that it was fast. Well done. What can you do better? I think you had less movement. The side arms was ready to help you move the camera, but you put it in. You didn't want to give him work to do. You could have gone. Yeah, you could have used the stage, look into people's eye and engage with them more. I think your conclusion, when you wanted to leave, you said, we can do it together. It sounded like a Martin Luther kind of speech, and it's just yoga. You could have just continued to continue where you started from, telling us that if we are down, we can join yoga. And something I like about your speech most is the way you left in the yoga style. Thank you. And I'm also going to leave that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President, for giving us a thorough, meticulous evaluation for the speaker. So our next evaluation segment is going to be evaluating from the virtual space. And she is going to be evaluating Toastmaster Mohammed Kabir on this topic. We think we have time. We don't. And I'm going to be calling on Toastmaster Igolo, our neighbor, to grace the virtual lectern and give us her evaluation. The virtual lectern is yours, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Chair. Good afternoon, everybody. Can we have a round of applause for Chair Mohammed? I hope my company will all the last years when I
You may proceed, ma'am.
Thank you, General Evaluator, sorry. So, Chair Mohammed, thank you very much for your speech. I saw that you implemented was for you to put pauses in your speech so that to add more effect, and then also to have better use of your speech area. Sorry, please confirm that you can hear me. Okay, awesome. Thank you. So I don't know if you had any of the evaluation or do I have to start again? Okay. Thank you, General Evaluator. So thank you, Tia Mohammed, for that speech. That was very interesting. I have heard it before, and hearing it again did not make it sound old to me. I thank you for also implementing some of the points that I noted, such as you using the stage area better and then adding pauses. Congratulations on adding pauses to your speech. It made it more effective and even more compelling, especially for those that did not know what was coming next. For your stage presence, I would say that next speech, that maybe instead of, it looked like as if you were pacing a bit up and down as opposed to using your stage to tell your story. So standing on this at different areas of the lectern or the area while telling your story, but that can be implemented in the next one. Thank you very much once again, and I look forward to hearing you speak.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Igolo, for Thank you. Thank you, and apologies once more. Toastmasters joining us virtually and physically. Now we would proceed to the evaluation, to the next evaluator. And our next evaluator is going to be evaluating Toastmaster Mary, who spoke on the topic, my lifelong mentor. And she is from the best club of the year, Surulere Toastmasters Club. And she is no other person than Toastmaster KQ. Before we all laugh,
Good evening, good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Please, can we give a round of applause to Toastmasters Mary? I loved how Toastmaster Mary started her speech. She started with, "Have you ever had someone believe in you more than yourself?" And this was an attempt. This was a way for us to capture our audience and also engage the audience, and that was very beautiful to see. She repeated it when the audience didn't hear it the first time, and that was really, really nice because that didn't throw off balance. I love the fact that Toastmaster Mary told us a personal and very relatable story. She spoke about a mother, and that was beautiful to see because we all have mothers, and our mothers, for most of us, have been the first point of primary form of socialization and mentorship for most of us. So that was relatable, and I could deeply key into her speech. What would I have loved for Toastmaster Mary to do better? Toastmaster Mary is very soft spoken, and that was really nice to see this in display while she was speaking. I would have loved that in the beginning when she tried to engage our audience, her voice would be more assertive and engaging, so they could have understood that she was asking a question. I loved how Toastmaster Mary mentioned all the mentors she has had, Toastmaster Kudus, Toastmaster Bola, a mom, and she then keyed into the story of her mom. And she gave examples of how her mom would help her study and how her mom, the things her mom did to help her become a better student. I love that we saw the things Toastmaster Mary struggled with. We saw how our mom helped. However, I felt like we could have seen the effect of the actions of her mom. I think that would have made her story even more. It would have made us appreciate the story even more. I also noticed that Toastmaster Mary stood here most of the time. When you're giving a speech, it's important to use the stage, and I would have loved to see you use the stage even more, use the stage more. I liked your hand gestures, those were really nice. Overall, I think you fulfilled your speech objectives. I personally loved your story, and I loved your story and the story about your mom. That was really nice to see. Thank you very much, and over to you, the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster KQ, for your thorough evaluation. Our next evaluator is going to be evaluating Toastmaster Miriam, okay, who spoke on the topic Paths for Health. And join me, fellow Toastmasters and guests, as we welcome Toastmaster Adebowale Adetunji for the evaluation of Toastmaster Miriam.
I thought that was a very inspiring speech given by Toastmaster Miriam. Can you please give her a round of applause? Thank you. Because of our time, I'll go straight into it. I'll be giving my evaluation using the CRC method, commend, recommend, and commend approach. I'll be giving 2 points each. Toastmaster Miriam, I liked the way you started your speech. It was very engaging. It started with a question, which got everybody thinking, how many of us here have women in our lives? My mother gave birth to me now. So that drew the audience in. And you also said, imagine a lady who doesn't have access to a pad. That got me thinking. It's kind of crazy. A lady who doesn't have access to a pad. Wow. I think that was very brilliant. That was engaging. I liked it. Your story, your project is really inspiring. My recommendation for your speech are just two. First, I noticed you used some filler words. When you said it has been a while and you gave a speech. And secondly, I noticed you stood there for a while for most of your speech. You used the stage. It helps with the engagement of the audience. Overall, I felt you met the objective of your speech. The speech was that give a plan and a propelling vision for the project that you were engaged in. The vision was clear to put a full stop to ladies who do not have pads and to also to build their future and have engaging nationwide campaign. That was brilliant. And you didn't just give us the vision, you gave us the plan, introduce funds, create energy, create a subcommittee, advance for vote. So congratulations on meeting the objective of your speech. That was an inspiring and mutual success in your project. And I like the fact that you also drew the audience in, you invited them to take part in your project. That is also very brilliant. Well done, wish you success. Look forward to hear more speeches from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Adebowale, for your evaluation. Now, quickly, we'll move on to the next segment, which is the role players report. In Toastmasters, we have the evaluation segment report. We also have the role players report. And this is where we're going to be calling on the tag team for them to tell us how well we have maintained the Toastmasters experience. Yes. So yes, the Toastmaster of the day just called to my attention. Because we had to cut down on the time, and also with the permission of Mr. President, we won't be voting for the evaluators. Why? Because they did not speak up to the time they were expected to speak. Now is the segment for us to call on the role players who had been working tirelessly behind the scene. And I'm going to quickly be calling on the accountant to give us his accounting report. And please, with a round of applause, can we welcome the accountant to come on stage? Toastmaster, when
All right. In the interest of time, I'll just go right into my reports. Okay, I'll start with the list usage. All right, here Mohammed used the filler word so twice. CM Jagun used the filler words once and so once. CM Kudus used the filler words once, like twice. Our Toastmaster of the day, TM Stephen, used the filler words 3 times and so twice. TM Abibat used the filler words like twice, kind of once. TM Grant used the filler words so 3 times. Our guest, Bankole, used the filler words twice and so twice. And TM Mary used the filler words so 7 times and like twice. And our master for today is, please let's give a round of applause to this person. TM Miriam, okay. She used the filler words. She literally started almost every sentence with so. Round of applause. Thank you very much. I'll go back to you. This master will be everything.
Thank you for your report. So to help us master not using filler words or sounds, when you are speaking, please try and master your pacing. You also need to be pausing while you are giving your speech. So don't be in a hurry. Just try and pause and see how to pace your speeches. I believe with that, we are going to do better with getting to avoid using filler words and filler sounds. I will be moving on next to the timer. And I would like to call on Toastmaster Marvelous. Please, with a virtual round of applause for those online and physical, please join me. Toastmaster Marvelous. To give us our timer.
Thank you, everyone. Today I've successfully timed time. A round of applause for me now. Thank you. Today, to propel the meeting further, I'll be giving my report. And most people were within time. For the prepared speech segment, TM Grant delivered the speech within 6 minutes, 20 seconds. TM Imebasi, 6 minutes, 38 seconds. TM Mohammed, 6 minutes, 19 seconds. TM Mary, 5 minutes 52 seconds. Dear Miriam, 5 minutes 50 seconds. For the table topics segment, Temugona delivered his speech within time. So his speech was delivered within 1 minute 53 seconds. The guest, Bankole, took 2 minutes 10 seconds to deliver his table topic. A round of applause for them, please. We were asked not to time the evaluators, right? So, okay, thank you so much. That is my report. Handing over to the general department.
Thank you so much. So we'll quickly move on to the grammarian, Toastmaster Blessing Japheth. Please, with a round of applause, let's welcome Toastmaster Blessing. Yes. Thank you.
Good afternoon, person guest. So, grammarian for today, I've been listening attentively to note examples of effective language usage. To start with, there were a few minor grammatical slips worth noting for learning purposes. Grant said, don't judge a book by its name, when it should be, don't judge a book by its cover. Also, Mary Aladimihi said, I always came first in school. Though it's grammatically correct, but it's not the most common or natural way. A multiple way to express you were the top student would be, I always got the best grades in school, or I always ranked first in my class. Also, today we had several excellent examples of well-constructed sentences and inspiring expressions. Tim Grant mentioned some powerful words and proverbs. I would mention one of them, that's the Chinese proverb that said, the right time to start is yesterday, and the best next time is now, which was both clear and impactful. Use of the word of the day during the meeting. Tim Grant used the word of the day once. Tim Imebasi used the word of the day once as well. Tim Stephen, I know used the word of the day twice. Tim Mohammed Kabri used the word of the day once. Tim Josephine Agolo used the word of the day twice. Tim Marvelous Kechku used the word of the day once. So in all, I would encourage all members to continue incorporating the word of the day in their everyday activity, not just in our meetings. Thank you.
Thank you for your grammarian report. So using the word of the day is not yet over. Please, even after today's meeting, when we find ourselves in the labor market, favor market, please also use word of the day, propel. And now this is a segment for me to give my general evaluation report. Can we please celebrate ourselves for having a wonderful meeting? Thank you. So every excellent and exceptional meeting doesn't just begin from the meeting room. It all starts from the bits and pieces of work that the Vice President Education has done, the Vice President Public Relations has done. I'd like to say well done to the Vice President Education for getting to make our program rich. You can see how well we were packed with so much of activities in today's meeting. So well done to the Vice President Education. And one of my recommendations to the Vice President Education could be that perhaps they should make it more of a thing to do a follow-up to those who are going to be playing roles, few days just for confirmation before the meeting, just to be sure that these people are still going to be physically present or play the role. It's also going to help us not to miss out on people or get to have late our disappointment. Secondly, I would like to commend the Vice President Public Relations for the amazing efforts that has been done. You can see how well our rooms are all packed. At the beginning of our meeting, 10 members joined us online. At the peak of the online attendance, we had 17. And physically, at the peak of the physical attendance, we had 48 persons. So well done to the executives for the amazing work they are doing. And for the commencement of the meeting, our Sergeant at Arms began the meeting. He ensured that he carried along both the virtual audience and the physical audience. Well done for getting to begin the meeting by setting the ground rules and also trying to give us a charge on the best way to go about our meeting. Our TMOD guided the meeting with so much excellence in mind. He is experienced, even though we started the meeting with low energy. Because of his experience and the seasoned Toastmaster, he was able to navigate the multiple options that we had. And now, are we not enjoying the meeting? Yes. And now we are enjoying the meeting. So well done to you, the Toastmaster of the day. What I feel that perhaps the Toastmaster of the day should be more intentional about is the use of time. We are a few minutes past, we are 26 minutes past 3. Now, we could have managed it. Yes, we started the meeting about 10 to 12 minutes late, but we could have managed time, considering that we have 5 speakers that are going to be speaking in today's meeting. I love how well the timer positioned herself. She stood behind there, and everybody was able to see her. And she's still standing. And I like to say, well done for the exceptional display of your card. I see you. I also like to commend the table topics master for how well he was able to introduce something unique in the course of his table topics segment. One thing I would suggest that the table topics master should be more intentional about should be to also carry along those online, because in the peak of our online attendance, we had 17. But there was a total neglect on his part not to carry them along. Perhaps when he had 2 options to speak, one person should be from the physical audience, one person should be from the virtual audience. During the evaluation segment, our table topics evaluator showed mastery of evaluation. He displayed excellence, and I believe he was able to drive home the message to those who he evaluated during the course of the evaluation segment. And that in all, I believe that the Sergeant at Arms, and we had some technical issues, which I believe that those are the things that we need to also work towards mastering, because we can't keep telling or giving our members in participation that perhaps we're having technical issues. That is an area that we need to see how to clean up and see how to master, so that perhaps when we want to start our next meeting, we're going to begin by 1 p.m. on the dot. All in all, today has been an exceptional meeting. I totally enjoyed today's meeting, and I had a lot that I learned. And even in this feedback segment, I appreciate everyone who has contributed to make today's meeting a success. And at that, I'll be handing back control to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Stephen.
Make some noise for our general evaluation. Well done, well done, well done. That was masterfully handled. Thank you so much. All right, so we'll move quickly to the reward segment. Do I have the votes? Do I have the winners very quickly? Mr. President, please can you step forward? Please approach the lectern as we reward those who have done exceptionally well today quickly, so that we can close this meeting. The next 3 minutes, you should be out of here. Yes. Okay, all right. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President, you need to stand by this way. I think, where is our banner? Oh, okay, just stand by. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, the best speaker out of all the 5 speakers for the day. Drum rolls, drum rolls, drum rolls. Our best speaker for today is Toastmaster Ime Bassi. Yoga, 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 yoga.
Okay.
Oh, that's the reason. Okay.
No, you return it.
Thank you. I think that's
Yes.
That's all. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an opportunity for me. I want to thank Ugona and Seaside for having me as a Toastmaster today. Doing this has been a slice of bread. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, everyone. During the opening speech, I mentioned that every time spent here today will be enjoyed. Please now let's evaluate it. Did we enjoy our time today?
Yes. ROI.
Did we enjoy our time today?
Yes.
Thank you very much. The meeting has come to an end. We listened to great speeches, wonderful table topics, and apt evaluations. We had so much fun. We had a wonderful address from our dear area director, our mommy. Thank you very much, Madam Area Director. Before we end today's meeting, there are some wonderful things that I need to share with us. Some people give speeches, and while giving speeches, did excellently well to complete their project. And we have 3 of them today. First is Toastmaster Mary Aladimei, who completed the second person is who we call the mentor of mentors. You know, when you see people like that speak, you tell yourself, if people like Toastmaster Miriam who are not giving a speech in 1 year, will tell herself, I have to speak. And that's why she came here to speak today. Toastmaster John completed level 4. His ribbon is here. He's going to collect it the next time he comes. And earlier today, I also gave a speech at Lighthouse Toastmasters. And that marked the end of a level, and not just the end of a level, the end of a pathway. Thank you very much. Another one is that the speech contest is coming up in Toastmasters because we always want to develop. We come here to give speeches, get better. Then we tell ourselves, let's come together and give a speech in a competitive environment just to accelerate your growth. So it's that time of the year again. Speech contest is coming up. Next month, we are going to hold our speech contest here at a hotel. We will have the humorous and table topic speech. You will see the best of speeches. Today, people give speech just to complete project. They will give speech to compete. They will give speech to emerge the best. And guess what? I will also be competing. So if you are here today, put it in your calendar, September 6th, we are going to have our speech contest. Yeah. There is also, I would also like to celebrate our first-time role players, Toastmaster Marvelous, who played the timer. You see how wonderful she walked, she kept flashing the cards, and she was about bundling someone out of here. Thank you. Toastmaster Grant also played the table topics master. That was an excellent performance. Well done. And there's another one. This is actually great because it's a global recognition. Seaside, we like to celebrate ourselves. When it now comes to global recognition, we like to dance. We have the SP, Society of Petroleum Engineer, Giovanni Pacaloni Young Professional Award winner in our midst today. You may not know, this is kind of award that gets you an EB1A visa. It's not an ordinary award. Okay, I should let you know. The people that got it this year are just 6. And we are one of them here today. Please, let's give a round of applause. Even a standing ovation to Toastmaster Ebifaga. Congratulations. Congratulations. We are lucky to have you. I will take a picture and an autograph. I should also mention that some of our members that we've never had, thank God for SP event today. They came from Benin, all the way from Benin, to attend our meeting. I want to especially thank our guests. Thank you very much for staying to the end of the meeting. And those of us online, thank you so much. I want to especially thank our area director, the area director of Area 14, Toastmaster Josephine Agolo. Thank you for making sure we are on our toes. Thank you. I want to thank the area director for Area 16. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Mobala Iwajagun. Area 15, oh, sorry. Sorry, I want to add one portfolio to it. Thank you. I want to especially thank the finance manager of the Division D, and the IPP of Lento Toastmasters, Toastmaster Olushola. Thank you very much for. We also have the Vice President of Education of Suwile Toastmasters. He left to call it the Club of the Year. And not just because he called it. Yeah, Seaside is coming. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We also have a Toastmaster, Ayuba Tiop online. That is the IPP of Nazib Boni Toastmasters in Burkina Faso. We have the year director for year 17 online, Toastmaster Ajani Ibrahim. Thank you very much for staying. Thank you so much. I would like to let us know that once you are leaving, please try. You don't have to pay if you are if you come with your car. Just let them know that you have come for a Toastmasters meeting, and they'll stamp your card. Thank you. I would like to especially thank the Vice President of Education for organizing this wonderful meeting. VBPL, well done. We can see your work. Well done. Thank you very much. And that is it for today. Thank you so much for staying. And the questions I asked when we started this meeting, have you thought about them? What are the dreams that you have for yourself? What motion can you take? Bring them into reality. And what's stopping you? Please take those steps today. Put your vision into motion so that you can, so that they can become reality. Please, guests, let's stay behind. The Vice President membership, Toastmaster Grant and Toastmaster Donna are willing to talk to you about what Toastmasters is about, and also we want to meet you. Thank you very much, and it's been a wonderful meeting. Thank you very much, and have a nice day, everyone. There is cake. Let's take pictures. There is cake. Online, okay, for the online audience, Toastmaster Mariam. Okay, Mariam, please can you help us engage the online audience? Thank you very much. Right, thank you.
Yes, yes. What's it? Okay, Bona. Thanks. Not before. Have you two? I've done one. One. Or is it grammarian?